I look so good. This light is killing you. You know, I be telling the boys I'm dark skinned and cause you know it got me a 10. I be like, I'm dark skinned now. And the boys be like, Bree, please. Be for real. They don't want me to win. The boys don't want me to win, okay? I be like, look at my skin next to yours. They don't be, but it's giving dark skin beauty, okay? Chocolate. Mm-hmm. We have so much to talk about, okay? We have so much to talk about, and I just want to say I am truly happy this Diddy trial is over because some of y'all showed y'all entire behind out there, and others use this as a way to boost their algorithm and expand on their brand. We're gonna be talking about some of your faves now, so listen. If you don't like to hear the opinions of others, I suggest you leave. I suggest you leave, honey, because we're gonna take it there. All right. I'm gonna give y'all my honest thoughts, my honest, purest thoughts, okay, on this entire the drama because I feel like new media is getting backlash. Granted, there's a couple people who are getting, reaping the benefits, the rewards, but there's a couple people who are getting backlash. But as y'all are coming in, like this video now, don't like it later because we are monetized. We don't do anything for free. I'm not seeing the lights go up, so y'all already know what that means. Mm-mm. We don't do that. But hey, Couture Bays, it's your girl Britt Rock going live with the Bree Talk and Bay Squad. We gotta talk about the Diddy drama. We gotta talk about everything, okay? Everything that has happened, him being denied bail. We gotta talk about the Diddy creators and creatives, the reindeer games that transpired. We're also gonna be talking about Young Miami because I told y'all why some of y'all were creating false narratives. Jane Doe already pointed out there what it was, but it is what it is. But that being said, hey Couture Base, it's your girl Britt Brad going live with the Bree Talk and Bay Squad. We're going live, okay? Remember, opinions are not fixed. Opinions are not fixed. Opinions are not fixed. Everything we say here is allegedly and for entertainment purposes solely. So sit back, relax, sip you some apple juice or my faith, the vegan water, and let's get into the mess, shall we? How you can like this video is by double tapping the screen or hitting those three dots right there. How you can also engage with the video is by these three dots right here. Please, no cuss trigger words. You will be timed out by the mods. My mods already know what's going on. We are monetized. Act like you know. And if you don't want to act like you know, you'll get what you deserve. You will get what you deserve, okay? I trust my mods. That's why they're mine. That being said, I just want to start off by saying this trial has invoked so many emotions from so many people. And I'm going to tell you why Diddy won the trial from my perspective. I'm someone who is not in New York. We're currently still in Asia. So we're international with the rest of the international bays. So shout out to all the international and domestic bays. Your girl has been out here internationally for almost 3 months now. Okay, it's been almost 3 months. We are in Justice July. We left out of Janky June. It is now Cancer season. A lot has transpired. Y'all seen a lot. Um, the way everything has been working, I told y'all from the beginning, I didn't feel like the prosecution had a strong case based on the evidence that was presented. Now, I've seen a lot of things. I want to give my opinion about it, and we go from there. Again, if you don't like to hear the opinions of others, please leave. I don't want anybody to feel like they're forced to hear something, baby. This is not a communist society. This is a democracy. Okay? This is a democracy. That being said, let me see who's up in here. Hey, Magic T3. Hello. Hey, T. Hey, Meezy. What is going on? Hey, Brittany. What's going on? Hey, Trey. Hey. Listen, let's stay on topic. Okay, hey Auntie Gang. Yes, 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 yes. And make sure y'all interact with this video because it keeps us in the what? The algorithm. So we're gonna be talking about a couple of your faves. I'm going to mention a lot of them by name because you know I said it, I stand on it, and what can they do? They can just say however they want to feel. It is what it is. So from the very beginning, Diddy was picked up. I didn't like how he was arrested. I didn't like how they were presenting it. I didn't like we didn't get to see the perp walk. I have actively said that. I felt like they just did things completely, in my opinions, unhinged, very different. I do feel like there's a lot of constitutional issues going on that have transpired, but that's just my thoughts based on the law. I'm not going based on, oh, because I'm emotional about something, because I don't care about Cassie, I don't care about Diddy. My job is to give my opinion on what was put out there by the people, okay? Yes, let's get these likes up. So, and thank you. You know, I've been saying it from the beginning. I didn't think they had a strong case based on the evidence. Then when you had Megan Cuniff, our favorite reporter who got famous due to a few content creators not doing their job, they allowed somebody to slide in and make money off of all the hard work they put in. And I feel like a lot of content creators did that again this time. Hence why I said new media backlash. Hence why we're going to talk about the new media drama. Okay? So he was convicted on two of the 5 felonies, and the biggest felonies the prosecution wanted, was the RICO and the trafficking, and they could not prove either. And I feel like their mistake was they were focused on the bedroom activity and they should have been focused on the business practices, because y'all are making it seem like people don't care about women and all this other things. That's nothing new. Look at the laws. The laws tell you how they feel about women. Look at the maternal and the prenatal system we have in America. That should tell you everything you need to know. Look at the education system. Look at the children being hungry in certain places. Look at how they treat the children. That tells you. So y'all getting up here mad because people said he beat the RICO, to me, it's fake outrage, selective outrage. Y'all want to get on some type of train because the propagandas, the powers that be who solidified that propaganda and started that, oh, we don't like Diddy. Diddy did nothing to y'all. Okay, let's be very clear. Cassie got her money. And I told y'all before, anybody who gets paid before the criminal case, they're not going to get the plea they deserve. I've been saying that since the Black Lives Matter movement. Don't take the money before the criminal trial. And here's why. Because in society, in this democratic society, right? The democracy, the democratic, that's what I'm saying. You have people who feel like Cassie got her money. Okay, next. Now prove the case. They harped solely on him being abusive towards her. Abuse was not on any of the charges. Him being controlling of her. And I get it, there's elements of RICO in the sex and whatnot, but you got to do it black and white. Okay, you have to lay it out. Once I saw that they had to prove it beyond reasonable doubts and the defense created reasonable doubts, they got Cassie to say on the stand she wanted Diddy to see her. She was big and pregnant. She said that. That was said. They asked her specifically, did she love him? And she said, yes, she's still in love with him as a married woman. You gave people immunity for lying. They gave all of them immunity for lying. So even if they lied, you know, and then you had the prosecution who literally told them, coached them to what to say. And they could not defeat the defense. I know a couple people felt like some of the defensive lawyers didn't do a good enough job, but in my opinion, they did an excellent job. They were superb. They were what Diddy spent his money for, because we found there was a lot of inconsistencies. A lot of inconsistencies, and oh, guess what? He paid his so-called victims. Then you had the friend who was hung over the balcony. We found out that story was a lie. That story was a lie. It did not happen. And I know a lot of you are like, oh my God, he did. No, 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 no. They proved in a court of law it did not happen. The people, the jurors felt that Miss Homegirl, Miss Bailon, whatever her name is, Miss Dope Fiend, was a liar. That was outlined in the black and white. So in my opinion, if the prosecutors were to focus on the business transactions, focus on the business dealings, focus on a lot of the legalities of things instead of an abusive relationship, they would have got a better outcome, because she got paid for that inappropriate relationship with her boss. She got paid, and in the dominant society, when you get your money, they feel like you got justice. And a lot of y'all can get mad and you can feel however you want, but that's the truth. This whole thing was built around Cassie. I told y'all before, they should have went and got the real victims, okay? Real people who were cheated out of their money. Not just, oh, I'm eating breakfast and he's whooping her, knocking her between the washer and dryer, and da-da-da. No. Beyond reasonable doubt, because she kept going back. And I know y'all get mad at that, but the defense created reasonable doubt. They had to prove that, and the prosecutor should have kept it on. She was in these horrid contracts, was not getting paid. If they would have did that and then added the people outside of a sexual relationship to that, it would have did big numbers. It would have did big numbers. They had, once they started reading them text messages, and Capricorn Clark was telling her she needs to leave and never come back, and she said, well, where am I supposed to go? I knew then. I said, baby, no. Because y'all thought these lewd acts in the bedroom would solidify the case. And it did nothing. Hey, Denitra, and yes, please get the likes up, Bay Squad. Yes, it was given the 5 heartbeats. It was a telenovela. Like, I was sitting there like this, like, the defense made it look like a very toxic relationship amplified because Diddy has money. Yes. And they made it look like she was a desperate broke girl who would do anything for a bag. That's why they looked crazy. Jane Doe looked crazy. When they asked her, who is paying your rent? And she said, Diddy? I said, child. But they're living in fear. It's not adding up. It's not adding up. And then, oh, by the way, it was the soundbite that got me. I said, child. Crazy. Let's get into it. Look at them. They look higher than Couture Brown right here. Look at them. Under the influence. He under the influence. She under the influence. She resuscitated him, and then he said, maybe we should slow down on the party favors. And she said, no. He told her, you need to get clean. And she said, no. I don't have a problem. Baby, the defense did what they were supposed to do. Let's get into it.
You don't have to see it, but it's my life and I'll kill you. Yeah, no, I will kill you if you don't show me right now. I will kill you and I will hide you and I will cut you up and put you in the dirt right now. Pull it up. If you have it, pull that up. Because if not, I'm going to kill you and then he's going to kill you again. So just do it. Pull that up right now. You got that? Pull that up. I'm going to kill you. You don't understand. I don't give a I've never killed anybody in my life, but I will kill you because you're with me. You're with me in my life right now. If I saw a video of you doing anything that you didn't want people to see, I would show you the video so you could tell me what the happened. You're playing games with me, telling me you saw some. Now you're saying you didn't see some. You're with me. I'm going to
Cassie.
I don't think you understand. And it's not going to be my hands, and it's not going to be blood on my hands. Someone else is going to do it. Yeah, you don't have to see it. It's my life. So you have to tell me right now, and I'm recording this whole shit. FYI, tell me what the you're talking about. Because this is not cool. We're not playing. I'm not playing with you, Sujit. Like, you saw some. Yes, you're my brother. Be my brother and tell me what you saw. You're going to be able to find it? So you have to tell me right now, and I'm recording this whole shit. FYI, tell me.
Listen, once that hit the air, baby, no. They found a woman's fingerprints on Kid Cudi's car. And a lot of people thought it was Capricorn Clark. I'm starting to believe it might be Cassie. I don't know. I have no idea. Based on that video right there, she was very convincing. Kid Cudi was scared. He's still scared. She went to go do a freak off when she was with him. I told y'all, they got Cassie. Because the one thing about it, they wanted a bunch of them text messages out of there. And even with a lot of the text messages not even included, she looked bad. She looked real bad. I'm sorry. It's a sad sight to see. And I said, oh my God. Reasonable doubt. That's all they had to do. Provide a reasonable doubt. What was it?
He definitely had a power dynamic where he didn't take no for an answer.
Every relationship has a power dynamic, right? Like, that's my whole thing too, is where, and sorry to interrupt you, Mark's closing for me, and the way it spoke to the jury was, we're going to talk about common sense. What you heard from the government, I didn't quite understand, right? Like, they're trying to show you all these charts, they're trying to show you everything, and Mark's like, look, they seized baby oil. I don't know, that's interstate commerce, is that a crime? Great job, 5 Valium pills. And that is when I saw the jury laugh, I saw the wheels turning. Like, they charged this man with the most serious, complicated of all crimes, right? For Valium and hotel nights with his girlfriends. Those are federal crime scenes. That's when I was like, sitting up in my seat, I was like,
Hey, really?
it started to, the wheels started to turn, and I was like, that's good. And again, in my opinion, he started off really strong. He went a little bit too far, but I'm going to trust him that he knew what he was doing, who he was talking to. He studied those jurors. He had someone on their team look at their face, look at their reactions, and they're like, F it, we're going to go this route.
Shout out to Fruit Jams.
And you can't get mad at it. Listen, a lot of y'all watch these Law and Order shows and be thinking it happens like that. You got the Kim Porter's bestie out here delivering things. Hey, Auntie Sanitra, hey, this is what she had to say.
Cassie.
Jane Doe I knew her before she knew Mr. Combs, and she really wanted this. She has caused a lot of ruckus in our lives in the past 3 years to where the kids didn't want her around. I feel like she is doing what she wanted to do to get what she wants. She has, like, I'm going to say, he has tried to break up with her, and she has really flipped out and was very angry when he had a 4th child. And that really started a spiral.
And you're talking about Jane.
Yes.
And then there's Cassie, who was
Yes.
the first star witness,
Yes.
who has moved on with her life
Yes.
and still said from the witness stand she very much loves Sean Combs.
Yeah.
What do you make of Cassie's tale from the witness stand?
I have had to deal with her for the whole time of the relationship because Kim, there's a picture of the 3 of them. Kim was still with him, and she was 4 months pregnant with twins. So there's a lot of things that weren't told and didn't come out in that my friend went through, and the hurt that she caused. I am very disappointed in a lot. She's very close to my kid, and I'm just very disappointed in things that she said because everybody had choices and I lived it, so nobody can sit there and tell me that nobody could have done this and nobody could have did this. I lived it.
Some people would say that the women are victims of a horrible man. Other people might say that these women put up with horrible behavior because there was a payoff. How do you view it?
I feel like this, especially with number 2, who I was very, very close to. I feel that I'm not going to excuse the things that he has done that was wrong, because those are issues that he needs to work on, but they also did things that were not right, and a lot of things that were not told in court.
And that was Kim Porter's best friend. We're not talking about Kimora. Kimora was not mentioned. Listen, again, a lot of people were mad that the best friend had something to say. I feel like she's the perfect person to have something to say. She kept it cute. She was asked questions. Which is going to segue into Young Miami, because I'm going to save the creators last. Young Miami was brought up a lot during this trial. A lot of people felt like she was some type of co-conspirator. But if you read Pacer, you would know that Jane Doe was jealous because she said, you're with this bitch who doesn't have to do any of this stuff and you're giving her everything. We have to do all this. She does nothing. Why do you like her? And I told y'all from the start, Young Miami is not a fool. She's from Miami. She know how to run it up. Look who her mother is. Enough is enough. That's said. I told y'all, Miss Young Miami didn't have to work when she had her baby with her son. God rest his father. You know, Young Miami ain't new to this. She's true to this. You know, people have their opinions, but Young Miami told y'all on the pod of Carisha, please. I'm not one of these hoes who want a Birkin. I want land. I want property. I want businesses. I want to be a mogul. Teach me how to do that. She had her own clout. Young Miami wasn't out here afraid to date. She knows she's fine. She flirts with the men. She made Diddy pop in the new millennia. Say what you want to say. Cassie didn't make him pop because he made her pop. Hence why she can't do anything now but be a victim. There's nothing wrong with that. Jane Doe, we don't care. Okay, who next? Move right along. Gina, who cares? Move on right along. There's something about Young Miami. Young Miami had the girls saying flute out. Girls with degrees. Educated. Flute out. Girls out here quoting her bar for bar, talking about take me to Chanel, doing her sound bites, doing everything, using, you know, improper grammar, twerking, out here saying we go together real bad, going viral for being herself. And that's something you cannot create because Diddy didn't make her, she made herself. And the girls was mad. I told y'all from the beginning they was mad she wasn't over there getting knocked between the washer and the dryer. That's why they were mad. They were mad she didn't have to instruct somebody to pee in her mouth. Let's really take it there. How dare this ghetto black baby mama get this billionaire to buy her land? Because I remember when she said it. She said, bought me a house, bought me some land. Yeah, I'm going to pop out on his arm and they're going to stand. I remember when she said it. She said, you want to elevate this, you got to elevate my kids. And the girls were mad. They was mad. They was mad at that black girl. How dare he like this phenotypically black woman? Hood. Gutter. And her baby daddy is like, okay. Buffering? Is it still doing it? I want to talk about the creators. Okay, there we go. Take me to Chanel. So listen, so let's get into the creators. I apologize. I'm looking at myself right now. Boom. Ooh, child. Get out. Oh, gotta. So, y'all know we are on international Wi-Fi. Bear with me. Let's talk about the content creators. So, I've been telling y'all there's been a lot of content creators who were doing their big one at the Diddy trial, and then there was people who were making a mockery. I do want to give a special shout out to Rotten Mango because I did not know she was a media personality. I just thought she was somebody who was new to the scene. Sis has a whole thing going on. Okay, so that's why she was giving it up like she was. Then you have Nick at Night, who was on CNN. You have what's his name? You have Armand Wiggins, he was on TMZ. You have Tisa Tells, I think she was on ABC. You have all these people who were out there. You got Mims, he was on Broadcasted, Sat Down Live. I think Armand sat down with Angela Yee. All these creatives doing big things, but I also feel like a lot of backlash came because people were not reporting it right. They were letting their own biases and emotions take over proper reporting. You're at the trial to give us who are not there and present first-hand knowledge. And I want to give a shout out to Sean G because in my opinion, Sean G got it right from start to finish. Start to finish. I heard him and Tisa had a little spat or whatever, but Tisa was reporting it wrong. It is what it is. I think she's beautiful, but she was not reporting it right. It was given Milagro during the Megan Thee Stallion. Take with that what you please. I don't care. When you're a content creator and the new media, because y'all, they're considered new media space, if you don't report it strictly, this is what it is, and then give your opinion, people are going to call you a liar. Tisa is being branded as the puppet for the prosecution. I think that's horrible. You got Armand out here saying, being called out, saying he set new media back because he wants to dance with the baby oil and act a fool, and CNN is disgusted. They said, Lovely T, why did you even show up? They said Mims, baby, just wanted to get clout. I don't know. To me, I'm starting to understand why more and more why Jovi wanted nothing to do with that case. Now, are these my feelings and my sentiments? Absolutely not. But again, if you didn't report it right and you was out here trying to sway the public opinion, you are part of the problem. You are part of the problem. And people can take with that however they please. Because again, from the very beginning, people said, listen, y'all are coming out there, they're treating y'all differently. Granted, Armand did give his thoughts and whatnot, but I feel like he had some influence. Sean G, in my opinion, was the only one who stayed fast in how he felt, because he said a lot of the content creators only show up when it's time for the defense to get to start talking. I'm going based off of him. He was there. He was there every day. When y'all are covering the trial, rule of thought is to just keep it strictly vanilla. Have your opinions, but don't do too much, because the girls will label you. They've already was labeling you before you even got there, saying you don't cover the facts, you go strictly emotional and yada yada yada. They were saying that about a couple people, and I was like, ooh, all the Team Cassies. And I'm like, a lot of white media said Cassie should have been sitting in a cell next to him. If y'all don't understand what that means, I don't know what to tell y'all. Y'all don't know how to read a room. It's crazy. I didn't get the pouring the baby oil on yourselves outside and dancing. To me, that was deplorable. Let me see if I have that. Let me see if I have Armand doing that. I thought that was stupid. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, why did he do that? What made him do that? Child, that was ghetto and tacky. I didn't understand that at all. Let me see. Because everybody was, I was like, is that her mom? Let me start it over.
Fuck nigga, you play with.
I said, while y'all are fighting with each other, Rotten Mango was bringing in millions upon millions of views on her Diddy content. She won't dance and sand more oil, not once. There was people who didn't even go to the trial. Down there got 300,000, 500,000 views, giving their opinion, reading Pacer. Shout out to the girls who are on big time news networks. I hope this expands your brand. I hope it was worth every dime you spent to get there and cover and everything like that. Because if you did not recoup the money that you spent being in New York City during this inflated time, what was the point? I hope you got big brand deals set up, something set in place, because to me, a lot of you made a mockery about it. Y'all was in y'all feelings because people was calling you out, saying that you were biased, saying you weren't delivering the facts. And now we see that he didn't get hit with the RICO or the trafficking, that those people who were calling y'all out were spot on. A1. I said it in AT2's live yesterday, like, you don't have to lie. Report it right. You don't have to lie. People already are engaged with you. Lying to me tells me you're spinning the narrative to confuse the people and confuse the masses. Let's not act like the girls don't get paid to be the opposition too. We know there's several institutions cutting certain people the check. I don't believe they only want a handful of black people to do certain things, because Armand was already getting the traction. And then he goes and pours baby oil on himself, looking like a fool. Lovely T going out there for what? Late, delayed. You didn't go viral not one time. You got Mims talking about he was leaving. A lot of the content creators feel like their lives are in danger, and that's what you signed up for. Welcome to the big league. Y'all think y'all can talk about these entertainers and think it's okay? No, baby. Wendy Williams got ran up on, and she was part of a $1 billion industry. Multiple times. Men ran up on her, women ran up on her. Y'all think you're not going to get ran up on? Barbara Walters never went outside without security. Neither did Oprah. Y'all got to start thinking small and start thinking big. I'm proud new media is making traction, but when y'all are out here shucking and jiving like you need to do that, it's very weird. It puts a stigma on the rest of us, because there's a lot of us doing great things that come from this space. I tell you all the time, don't let the title creator pigeonholed you. Look at Quinta Burnson. You know, she's doing Abbott Elementary. She started in a social media space. Issa Rae started in a social media space. Like, use your brain. There's several people who started in a social media space who are doing big time things, having interviews, interviewing their faves, doing the work. And then you have the people who want to be characters, who want to be seen in their designer. Who gives a fuck about your designer when you look stupid, shucking and jiving to go viral? To me, that is weird. Are you for the victims or are you for the clout? That's all I want to know. Are you for the victims or are you for the clout? Because at this point, I can't tell. And this is why I say I don't want to be lumped in the space with a lot of people. Because granted, I am a creator, but I have a full-time job. That's why I'm not out of touch with reality. I'm not out of touch with reality. A lot of y'all are. And then y'all be talking that good talk. Oh, I'm for the victims. Da, 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 da. We ain't seen you post the victim anything since you been at the trial. I'm just saying, ooh, where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Run the check up. Run the check up. And run the check up. Thank you, Tracy. It says they're out here making us look bad. Child, they look the fool. I don't look bad. I'm international. I can't. I wasn't going to New York unless I was paid to. I mean, the first thing YouTubers say is opinions are not facts. People shouldn't be gullible. Real media lies hourly. Let's get into it. Yeah, real media do lie, but they also know when to stop. Because I be calling out the big media too. We just happen to call out certain ones this time because, you know, they were getting the facts from the content creators. Let's be very clear. Yes, Ghetto and Tacky. Tisa was crying on her live yesterday, acting like she is a Diddy victim herself. Not she was crying. Oh my God. Yes, he said more oil. While they didn't stop her, Lovely T rubbing oil on him, but yet she acts so hot and mighty. Kitty, that was the part for me. Looking a fool. Looking a fool. Armand issued an apology on YouTube. Child, he could have saved it. We don't care. I heard some people can't even afford to come home. I've always wanted to work at BuzzFeed. Ooh, BuzzFeed did see, baby, that was a time. That was a time. Yes. Hello. Look, again, nobody's going to take you serious until you take it serious. I don't feel like the crying. Why are you crying for the... They called them sex workers. I told y'all, we read it yesterday. These women said they were forced to do things. And y'all are sitting on the internet talking about y'all just don't believe women when they say these things happen. No, when you get your money before the criminal case, people feel like you got justice. I keep telling y'all that. When I was out here, no justice, no peace. And I was telling y'all about the Black Lives Matter movement and how if you take the money before the cops go to trial, they feel like you got justice. I told y'all that. I said, you know, I've done enough criminal law, congressional hearings, you know, law at every level to know what's up. A lot of y'all don't want to believe that because I'm not out here saying I'm a lawyer and I'm reading it from the legal perspective and a lot of these lawyers, now we see why they're on YouTube. They're trash. They are trash, baby. Are you sure you can read? Do you even practice law currently? Are you sure? I'm an attorney and this is what, okay. Love, are you sure? Oh, come on, Tracy. Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Run the check up. Run the check up. And run the check up. No, we can't be saying that about Tisa. We don't know that. That's not nice. That's not nice. But I think the beefing at the trial when y'all are getting firsthand knowledge was stupid. Stupid. Telling people because they believe something different from you, saying they're male identified and all that, stupid. That's dumb. Because we didn't see the top journalists doing that. They just gave their opinions. They said why they were saying it and they moved on. They got their coin. Hey, Great T. Hey, love. How are you? Hey, y'all. Hey, Geneva's Garden. To me, I think it was a circus, and this is why mainstream media dominates every time, because they pitch y'all against each other. They pick a couple of y'all and say you're the chosen one, and then they watch y'all fight in the street for them 15 minutes, and y'all fall for it every time. People on my Facebook are unfriending family and friends over celebrating Diddy's verdict. It's weird. It's not like he's coming home. His bail was denied. They're going to sentence him in October. And to me, I feel like he's going to get time served based on how long he's been in there. And then nothing has been shown that he's a detriment to the people. He wasn't convicted on anything saying he was a detriment to the people. It just said he was engaging in lewd acts. Look up the law. The law is right there. The law is right there. Like, and now you're going to have all these people come out the woodwork talking about they always believed Diddy. No, they did not, child. They was over there holding their breath. Wasn't it a guilty verdict on the changing of the state lines? He just a freak. Great T is crazy. The fact they keep denying the bill, he's going to end up getting time served. I agree. Yeah, that's what it seems to me. It's like they want him to serve that time so they can be like, oh, he did time served, without telling. That's what I'm getting from it. Now we really want to know who the celeb freak-offs are. Tiny, Boosie. There was no celebrity freak-offs. They did this with actual sex workers. There were no celebrities. Those were lies. See, that's what I'm saying. Do you think any of these creators who was out here lying to y'all about the celebrity freak-offs, have they come back and apologized? Put a 1 in the chat if they came back and apologized. Put a 2 in the chat if they trying to get sued. Put a 1 in the chat if they came back and apologized. Put a 2 in the chat if they trying to get sued. I'm trying to see something. Pay attention. The prosecutors called Cassie and tell them they needed the letter that she was in fear of her life to keep that man in jail. Pay attention. He's in jail, not prison, though. No celebs or children. Okay? They want to be sued. And this is what I'm saying. A lot of y'all put in all this hard work. You be getting all these subscribers, doing these views just to give it to the celebrity. And y'all deserve to be sued at this point, because I keep telling y'all, like, we got to be smart. We got to be smart. Yes, the big beautiful bill passed the same day as the Diddy verdict, and Diddy verdict is the bigger story. Okay? Okay? Great T, they ain't trying to hear that, though. They just want to be entertained. They just want to be entertained. I'm not implying they were involved, but they commented heavily after the verdict. Well, Boosie been commenting, and Tiny's going to comment because she was vilified for being a freaky deaky woman herself, engaging in not so conservative sexual acts. Like, having sex the way you want to have sex is not a crime. It's only criminal when it's your boss, because there's laws in place for that. And they have to go digging and researching. That's why I say, you got to be smarter than the average bear, honey. Content creators were saying their sources was telling them about children and celebrity freak-offs. All tease to tell lies. Ooh, I win. Tiny just said he shouldn't have been charged for his sexual prowess. Like, when the mama who played Penny Proud's mom off the Proud Family, when she told y'all he was just engaging in some not so status quo sex, y'all dragged her to the pits of hell and called her stupid. But she was isolated for not popping that pee for a real one. Okay? Ooh. Paula J. Walker. Thank you, Grape T. Thank you, Grape T. I knew it. Paula J. Walker. Beautiful woman. And she was iced out for saying no. She said no to. She was engaged to a elite, honey. Ooh. Child, it's a mess. You ain't got the lie, Craig. Y'all know I love me some Paula J. White. The original bad girl. Bad girl. Talking about the sad girl. And all these people talking about setting victims right back. No. The problem is these women are not being so truthful. And these men got what they wanted. Listen, if I know you have low self-esteem and you're thirsty for the fame or thirsty for the money, I can do whatever I want to do because you're willing to do whatever it takes. I've told y'all, I've been in these circles, and I'm gonna end it with this. I've been in spaces and in circles where people get real out their body. Real out their body. Like, whatever you like. Based off of being in the presence. They're not getting nothing. Just being in the presence of somebody with clout or money or fame. And I'm like, I told y'all, I feel I am the celebrity. When we went to the Spurs game, Spurs versus Golden State, and one of the Golden State dudes was like, oh my God, I watch you on YouTube all the time. And they was like, well, do you want a picture? And I was like, does he want a picture with me? Because I don't care how much millions of dollars you got. I think very highly of myself. Very highly of myself. You in the presence of a celebrity. The girls are saying free me in the midst of Diddy. Like, please. Please. It says you invite third parties into your bedroom and wonder how dirt gets out. Well, it happens. Now he's going to do what everybody else do, NDAs. and that's why some people didn't come to it, because they signed up for it. All the lies before the trial actually helped Diddy. We were looking for kids, men, and other celebs. Cassie is no victim. Ooh, Tracy. And that's truthful. I told y'all a lot of these clout chasers, the Diddy liars, were going to help the defense team. They were looking at everything. And I keep telling y'all that. I said they shouldn't have put all that stuff on the internet. When we found out it wasn't all these bottles of baby oil, that was a lie. When we found out that the weapons actually belonged to the security guard and all this other stuff, like when we started to really see they were playing games with the media, that's when I knew. I said the prosecution has no case. And I came and told y'all. When I was in my early 20s, I went to a few celeb parties, and I know at the moment it was not for me because they were looking for the groupies who were thirsty and will do whatever. I told y'all about a prominent rapper who is beloved. Honey, we was in the studio. Okay, we was in the studio. We was having a good time. And he literally said, if y'all not coming up off that cat, you can leave. And I told y'all it was only 3 of us who left. They got nothing. They didn't get a Birkin. They didn't get no breakfast. We actually went to a party and saw Chris Brown at the party and hung out. They in there doing God knows what. They didn't get no breakfast. They didn't get a shopping spree. They didn't get taken to Chanel. While we over here getting our feet rubbed by our favorite crooner, okay? Watching him Diddy bop and everything else and show us his clothes and whatnot. And, oh, look at the space and giving us tours of the house. They was over there popping that pee for a real one and got nothing. They came back hungry, pockets empty, mouth dry. And we over there talking about stuff. We just met Christmas. We're going to a F1 party. Formula One. And they was like, what did y'all have to do? Nothing. What was y'all doing? What was y'all doing? What was y'all in there doing? Did you get a Chanel? Did you get a Birkin? You got some heels, a shopping spree? What did you get? Did you get to take pictures at the mansion? No? What did you get? Okay. Well, we're gonna go to this Formula One party. You just wanna sleep? Oh, okay. Girl, did you hear that bitch said she was... and went on about my day. Went on about my day. At least they were honest, okay? It's unfortunate that Meek Mills and Diddy were scoring triple doubles on the... Oh, stop it. Stop it. None of these witnesses were telling the whole story. They participated. They claim victim once they don't get their way. I seen it firsthand behind the scenes in the industry for years. Now I stay to myself and just do my own little things on wolf. Let me tell you something. I'm on my business. I'm on my business. Okay. Not even a coupon. They didn't even get a coupon, baby. I was just like... He's making millions upon millions of dollars. He posts money all the time. What do you mean you didn't get anything? They got bragging rights that no one cares about. Okay, child. That they ate. They just didn't tell me. I'm almost 60. I left all my sisters at Mike Tyson's house up the street here in Connecticut. Every basketball player was here talking about 6 over, come party with me. No. Ooh. It ain't your business you left. I mean, of course I left. Some hoes just do it for the love of the game. Ooh. Don't you follow movies? Oh my God. They were just so happy to hunt a celebrity. Just happy. And we was over there like... I know somebody who hunts little Cease, and she was happy to ride in the limo. Listen. In the limo... The limo. House of Princess consignment. Okay, like we're... could not be me. Could not be me. Little Sister's crazy. It is crazy. It's the consignment Couture for me, y'all. Not on consignment. But you know what? And on that note, Big Squad. Listen, I had a good time with y'all. I just had to come bring y'all my Diddy one. What I think about the content creators. And Young Miami. Baby, it's that consignment Coochie for me. Okay. But on that note, what are your thoughts, Bae Squad? What are your opinions? Shout out to all the international and domestic bays. Listen, I know sometimes the Wi-Fi be a little, you know, but we on international waters, honey. We gotta pay by the laws of the land. And on that note, comment down below. I gotta go. Bye, hoes.